Okay, so we're ready to begin the sticky tape static electricity lab. The nice thing about this lab is there's not a lot of supplies that are needed. I have my tape and I have my Sharpie. Those are really the only two things that you're going to need. You're going to start out by taking a piece of tape. Now it says about 8 centimeters long. I try and get it about this long just so that it doesn't curl up on me too much. And you can see I folded the tab over on one side so I can hold it without sticking to me. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put it onto the table. Take your tapes and put them onto the table, putting the bottom on bottom, top on top. You can see as I lift the tab that the top tape rests completely on top of the bottom tape. Now, once you have the tapes down, you can pull them up. When I do this, I pull just the top tape up first, leaving the bottom tape down, and then I carefully pull the bottom tape up, and I have the two tapes here. I have seen it where you can pull both tapes up and pull them apart. Now, they'll still attract, but I find it to be more effective to pull one tape up first. So now you have your tapes and they're on the table. When you go to pull them up, I think in the packet it says that you can just do it with a partner. What I find to be a little bit better is to have something to place the tape on. So I'm going to pull the tape up, and the reason that I do this is because I don't want to have the shakiness of my hand interfere with that. So there's my top, and there's my bottom. And now I'm going to pull up the other tape, and what you'll see is that the tops will repel and the bottoms will attract. So let's take a look at this from the side. Here I have my bottom tape, and then further back closer to me I have my top tape. So if I bring my top in, what you should see is there's an attraction there. Notice I'm bringing together the two sides that are not sticky so it doesn't move towards and stick to one another. If I use it with the top, you'll see that that repels. Bring the bottom one, this back one will attract, and the top one will definitely repel. And when I have my students do this, I definitely want them using media in order to collect some of their data for this, so that becomes part of their observations. I can clearly see that there's some type of interaction happening here, and for those types of interactions, video is a great way to capture this. You can also use still pictures where you could have the students bring the tapes together and then do something like this and then just hold it there as an image, and then you could have them draw on that image, what's going to happen to the tapes, whether they move apart or they move back together. One way to extend this activity is to take the tapes and test them against other objects besides the tapes themselves. So in this case, I'm going to take our wood dowel and I'll bring that in, and I just want to test the tapes against it. So I'm going to pull top up and I'll bring it near, and you can see it's attracting. Then what happens if I bring the bottom up? We saw there was attraction or repulsion. In this case, the bottom one is also attracted to it. And so that becomes an interesting study as well when we start to talk about what is the interaction between the two charged tapes and neutral objects. So that does it for the static electricity tape lab. What we're going to do next is we're going to see how we can use the media pieces that students collect using their webcams in order to make a product that will explain and communicate what it is that they learned about this activity.